Hello, today I am working on this pattern from Simplicity, and it's Simplicity 4400, and I'm working on the bodice. I've got it cut out of my fashion fabric. I already did a mock-up with our actress. This is going to be Meg's day dress. Now, I mocked it up for her, and it was too big in the back. Like, the back pieces were too big. The front pieces fit fine, like they fit well. So I made some adjustments to the back pattern. So hopefully that's going to fit her better. And then also I made a skirt already. I did not follow the pattern. I made a skirt. It's a pleated skirt. I used 3 panels of 40 something inch cotton fabric. And I cannot remember how much yardage I actually had. I went to cut the bodice out and pinned all the pieces on with what I had left after making the skirt. And I did not have enough for the sleeve pieces. So I'm definitely not doing, well, I'm not doing these sleeves at all because I did not have enough fabric. So I'm improvising a sleeve. So I'm going to do a slightly poofed sleeve, but I'm making it much like a shift sleeve where it's just a rectangle, and I'm adding a gusset under the arm because I had like barely any fabric left. So you can see here that the sleeves sit low off the shoulder, so it's got that drooped shoulder look. And so so it's gonna be a slightly full sleeve. I have enough fabric to make cuffs. I sincerely hope. If not, I will just have to gather it, and I might have to do like a contrasting fabric for the cuffs or something like that. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a very regular looking sleeve. Yeah, these are my sleeves, and I've pinned a gusset in, and I need to sew those in. But yes, I do not have much fabric left. Basically, it's just like little scraps like this. So I'm going to see if I can piece enough together to create a cuff, and we'll go from there. But that's what happens when you don't cut out the bodice first and cut out the skirt first. Because I used 3 panels for the skirt, and I think it needed 3 panels, honestly, but I could have done it with like 2.5 and had more left over. So that's on me, but I think the dress will look fine just the same. All right, I am working on the bodice front. I'm about to pin and sew my darts. Alright, I am about to sew the shoulder seams. Now you can see I've got a bit of a difference in the size of the shoulder piece because I adjusted the pattern on the back of the pattern. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to adjust this. So I'm going to kind of make this a little make this narrower as well on the front piece. But I just want to make sure that I have it lined up well. I lined the pieces up on the neckline edge, not the arm side edge, because it's a lot easier to adjust the arm side. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, and now I am going to make the decision on whether I am going to bag line this or if I am going to sew the pieces together, wrong sides together, and then pipe all of the edges. I am leaning towards that because if I do that, I can wait. I can go ahead and get the bodice all put together and not do the finishing. So I would pipe along the bottom edge and along the neckline, and I can wait to put the sleeves in until my actress gets back from a vacation, a family vacation. But I have a pretty small window of time after she gets back and before we take photos for the publicity poster. So I need to have it mostly done, but I also want to do a final fit check before I completely finish it. So that's what I'm leaning towards, because if I bag line it, I think it's just harder to adjust anything. And then if I just put it together and then all of the edges are raw, but the whole thing, the lining and the outer fabric are as one, then if I need to take it in anywhere, I could easily take it in on the back, like the center back, like make a seam on the center back if I need to take it in at all. And if I need to take it out, which I don't think, I'm more worried about it being too big than too small. And it would be easier to take it apart, in my opinion. So that's where I'm going with it. All right, I am working on my improvised sleeves. So I went ahead and set them in. They are just basted in because I'm going to do a try on with our actress. And I am gathering the bottom edge. I used like my last remaining scraps to make a cuff of sorts. So I put some piping on the bottom edge of it. And yeah, I'm just going to sew that. There's not going to be a closure or anything. It's big enough that she should be able to get her hand through, but not so big that it'll like fall down over her hand. So that's what I'm working on right now. All right, I am just going to sew this cuff on by hand because it's just kind of a pain to get it under the machine foot. I don't know. I just feel like it'll be more of a pain to do that than to just sew it by hand. So that's next. I think all in all, this improvised sleeve turned out pretty well. Have to see how it is once I try it on our actress, but I think the piping definitely helps down at the bottom. And there we go, got a sleeve. Okay, I am putting the finishing touches on Meg's bodice. I have done the piping around the neckline and the bottom edge, and I've added some lace trim. I had already added the lace to the cuffs, and I thought, I think it will look pretty with lace around the neckline as well. And so now I am just adding some decorative buttons because we've got it closes with hooks and bars. So I did a fit with our actress and it fits well. The only thing, like, it is made, it's supposed to have like padding in the chest, kind of for that wide chest look of the time period. So I'm going back and forth on whether I want to add that padding. I think if I don't do it, then it's going to be a little like big up top. But when she tried it on, it didn't look bad. It just looked like it wasn't super fitted in the chest. So I don't know. I'm still going back and forth on that. But anyway, I'm going to get these buttons on, and then unless I decide to add that padding, Meg is done.